It's that time again. Oh, this is a cold one. We're gonna talk about a touchy subject, a personal subject, which is PTSD and how you can use an ice bath to help to heal from it. So it's hard for me to admit because there's a lot of, well, I do suffer from PTSD after seeing my psychiatrist and therapist and telling them experiences that I've had that have led to my depression and anxiety. They actually labeled it PTSD, and like I said in many videos, I've been using ice bath to treat it. But basically, some things that have happened to me in the past, I had an experience in my early 20s or mid 20s where I actually had a family member attempt suicide. I didn't think that bothered me. I honestly thought I handled it pretty well, especially because that family member's okay now, so I was just thankful for that. But looking back, it definitely did some damage. And then the second thing was, to be honest, the lockdowns during COVID. I'm sure many people went through this, just being locked down, isolated, and furthermore, I had particular opinions about how it was handled. I'm not going to go into detail on it here, but at the time it was an unpopular opinion, especially around people, my inner circle and family and friends. So that led me to feel crazy and isolated, and that really affected me, and it's actually that drove me to insanity and suicidal ideation. And then within that, there was actually I witnessed another suicide attempt that wasn't from a family member or anything, just someone in my building. It wasn't an attempt, it was successful. It was a suicide that I witnessed, and just already being in that low state and then having that. So already being in that low state through the lockdown and then witnessing that, I went fucking crazy, and that has lasted up until now. There's several other things too that went on later in the future, financial issues, breakups, and I just wasn't equipped to handle any of these. I just didn't have the resilience, and ice baths is truly what has been saving me. So that is what leads me to talk about how an ice bath can be super beneficial towards PTSD. So I'm going to explain that a little bit, because we have our vagus nerve, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of, and our vagus nerve is actually the mediator within our autonomic nervous system. And our autonomic nervous system has two branches. There's the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic. The sympathetic is associated with stress, fight or flight response, where increased heart rate, blood flow goes to the extremities, and this is a self-defense mechanism that is designed within us. It is essential because that's how we survive. Our fight or flight will be kicked in if we're in danger and we need to escape from something. And then the parasympathetic is also known as the rest and digest, which is the exact opposite. And there's a fine balance between the two. However, if the vagus nerve gets disrupted via trauma, that balance becomes imbalanced, and you can be more sympathetic dominant, and that's what happens to a lot of people with PTSD, that is with what is happening with PTSD, is they become sympathetic dominant, where they're always in this fight or flight state, and from that you can get adrenal fatigue. That's why you're tired all the time, you can't handle your emotions well, and that is what I experienced. So a way to help to heal from PTSD is to stimulate the vagus nerve to bring balance to the autonomic nervous system, so you have that healthy balance between parasympathetic and sympathetic. And studies have found that an ice bath, just overall cold therapy, is great at stimulating the vagus nerve. There's other things too, meditation, chanting, and you can actually do that while in the ice bath. But ice bath has been proven to be a very potent way of stimulating the vagus nerve and regulating the nervous system to make you more able to heal from that trauma. Of course, there's other work that needs to be done, which is what I've been doing. I've been identifying these things, these events that have led to my PTSD, and now I can hone in on it, I can meditate on it, and since I'm improving my nervous system via doing this, I can effectively heal it. So I hope this helps people suffering from depression, mental health, PTSD. For me, this has been incredibly beneficial. It has actually saved my life, quite literally. I am so thankful for it, and I hope that this can help you too. So with that being said, I hope everyone has a great day today.